Adventures in time and space, told in future tense.
Dimension X.
Tonight, transcribed from Ray Bradbury's collection, The Martian Chronicles, we present And the Moon Be Still as Bright. The first 3 expeditions to Mars left Earth in a mushroom of flame, arced through the atmosphere, and finally dwindled to tiny specks in the big eye of Mount Palomar telescope, and then were lost to sight forever. The prearranged landing signals flashed back to Earth, and then the radios went dead. One after the other, ships had disappeared and were never heard from again. But still the rockets came. The 4th expedition emerged from the silent gulfs of space and angled down toward the floating red disk of Mars, down into an orbit, as the order came to land.
Stand by for deceleration.
Deceleration, aye, sir.
Skids down.
Skids down, sir.
Engine room.
Engine room, aye.
Landing procedure. Fire 1, 3, and 5.
Aye, sir.
The last blast of the bow jets broke red against the blue desert sands, and the ship slid to a halt at the edge of a vast city that reflected the icy glare of the moonlight. For a while, all was still.
All right, Parkhill. Open the airlock.
Aye, sir.
Fresh air.
How about a fire, Captain Wilder? It's freezing.
Later. We got work to do.
Smell that air. You could get drunk on it. Say, there's an idea. Why don't we break out a bottle and celebrate?
Biggs, there'll be no drinking done till we're secured.
But we're landed, Captain.
3 other expeditions landed and disappeared within 24 hours. We're not relaxing security till we find out what happened to them.
Maybe Martians?
Exactly, Parkhill. Spender, you're an archaeologist. How old would you say those buildings are? Somebody built these cities.
Well, I can't tell till I study them more closely. It's a kind of engineering we couldn't duplicate on Earth. Those thin, reed-like towers and the stone filigree wouldn't stand up under Earth pressure. Beautiful, aren't they?
I'm not interested in the architecture now. I want to make sure there's nothing there that might be dangerous. Mr. Hathaway.
Yes, sir.
I want you to take a reconnaissance party into the city and find out what's there.
The cities all look dead from the air, sir.
They look dead, but I want to make sure. Mr. Spender, you better go with Hathaway.
Yes, sir.
Don't waste any time gathering relics either. You can make an archaeological study later. Right now, I want a security report. Biggs?
Yes, sir.
We'll set up camp right here. No man is to go more than 50 feet from the rocket. And there'll be no celebration till Hathaway and his party report back.
No, sir. It's just that we've been cooped up in there.
That's all, Biggs. We've landed safely. We're not safe yet. Not until we know what we're up against here. We'll maintain full security till Hathaway gets back.
In the sea bottoms, the wind stirred along faint vapors, and from the mountains great stone visages looked upon the silvery rocket and the small fire. The sky was black overhead as the 2 racing moons threw knife-edged double shadows on the desert.
All right, come and get it. Ciao.
What you got to eat, Cherokee?
Sawdust, smothered in cold lamb fat.
Good. I thought it was something I couldn't eat. Hey, you guys, pipe down. Captain, Mr. Hathaway's back.
Captain Wiley.
Over here, Mr. Hathaway. Well?
Most of the city is dead, sir. Spender says it's been dead a good many thousand years. But we found one part about a mile over.
What about it?
People were living in it last week, sir.
People?
Martians.
I see. Where are they now?
Dead. We found the bodies. Thousands of bodies. Hadn't been dead more than 10 days.
What did they die of?
You won't believe it.
What killed them?
Chicken pox.
Chicken pox?
Yes, I made tests. It worked differently on Martians than on Earth people. Burned them black and dried them out to brittle flakes.
But where could they get chicken pox?
From Earth, sir.
And the other rockets did get through.
Yes, sir. I don't know what the Martians did to them, but I sure know what they did to the Martians. Gave them chickenpox and wiped them out. They just didn't have any resistance to an Earth disease.
There aren't any of them left?
There won't be any. When a thing like that starts spreading, sir, there's no stopping it anywhere. It's 1,000 to 1. It's killed them all. This planet is through.
Incredible.
Think of it, Captain. A dirty, silly child's disease like chicken pox. It isn't right.
Spender, take it easy,
You know,
man.
it's like saying the Greeks died of mumps or the proud Roman Empire collapsed because of athlete's foot. We didn't even give them a decent excuse for dying. We just gave them chicken pox.
Spender, get hold of yourself.
You didn't see those bodies, Captain.
It must have been a shock, I suppose. You need a rest, a little relaxation. Martians are dead. There's nothing you can do about it now.
Hey, you hear that? The Martians are all dead. Well, come on, let's break out a bottle and whoop it up. How about it, Captain?
Well, all right, man.
Oh, that's fine.
Hathaway, see to the security guard.
Yes, sir.
Good Lord, do they have to do that now?
It's been a tough trip. It's only natural they'd want to celebrate a little.
Celebrate because the world died? Because a rotten little virus from Earth wiped out a whole civilization?
Well, they're not thinking of
Isn't
that.
there time later to throw old beer cans into the canals? A civilization died here. It's like butchering a pig in a churchyard.
Spender, you think too much. We're lucky to get to Mars without catching a meteor in our bulkheads. Let it go at that.
Save on Mars. The first statement, save on Mars. We gotta celebrate. Yahoo!
Many bottles were opened and drunk. The voices got louder. The earth laughs and shouts echoing across the empty Martian sands.
There was that time in New York when I ran into that blonde. Boy, what a blonde. Listen, the first thing she said.
Spender listened to the wind over his ears, cool and whispering. He felt the land getting cooler. The stars drew closer, very clear. The air smelled clean and new. He looked at the cool ice of the white Martian buildings over there on the empty sea lands.
What a woman. What a woman. Hey, what do we do with these empty bottles?
Save them. There's a 2-cent deposit.
Throw them away.
Hey, wait. How about that building? 2 to 1 for $1, I can heave one right through that window.
You're right.
Here goes. Bullseye!
I owe him $1.
Double or nothing on the next shot?
Put that bottle down, Biggs.
Who's that? Mr. Spender?
Stop smashing those windows.
What's the difference? The planet's ours now. I guess I can do anything with it that I want.
Drop that bottle, I'll knock your teeth out.
Yeah? Just watch me.
I warned you, Biggs.
Spender, what is this?
I hit him.
He's crazy, Captain. He just walked up and slugged me.
Biggs wasn't doing
All
nothing.
right, let go of him. You men go back to your party. Spender, come with me.
I don't like
Yes,
that guy. Just walks up to him and slugs him. He wasn't.
Spender, suppose you explain. What was the idea?
Oh, the noise, the drunken brawl. I guess I was ashamed of the spectacle the whole crew was making. Where's their respect for what's happened? Their sense of what's right?
Men are tired. It's been a long trip. You've got a different way of seeing things.
I'm seeing things all right. I'm seeing how we'll ruin Mars. We'll rip it up, rip the skin off the way we've already ruined Earth. We Earthmen have a talent for ruining big, beautiful things.
Is that why you hit Biggs?
Yes, I couldn't stand the idea of them watching us make fools of ourselves.
Them?
The Martians.
The Martians? They're dead. All dead.
But they know we're here. Doesn't an old thing always know when a new thing comes? We've come a long way to smash their windows and spit in their wine.
Well, maybe you're right. I'm fining you $50 for that fight. Now suck in your chin. We'll go back there and play happy.
Now the whole party moved out into the moonlight across the desert. They made their way into the dreaming dead city. The light of the racing twin moons glinted on the barrel of a pistol, the long blade of a machete, the round, gurgling shape of a raised bottle. Their shadows under them were double shadows on the ice-blue sand. They were waiting for something to stir in the dead city, something to rise, some ancient ancestral shape to come galloping across the vacant sea bottom on an ancient armored steed of impossible lineage, of unbelievable derivation.
Look at it, Captain. Down those avenues in the mist. You can almost see them.
The mind's eye populated the dead city. Each window was given a person who leaned from it and waved slowly, as if under some timeless water, at some moving form in the fathoms of space below the moon-silvered towers. There were faint murmurs of sound, and odd animals scurrying across the gray-red sands. The wind blew in from the dead sea bottom and brushed through the silvery wire filigree of the towers. A strange music drifted down to the double-shadowed streets, a thin, haunted music that played as it had played through the uncounted years of time. Nobody moved. The moons held and froze them. The wind beat slowly around them.
Hey, out there! You people in the city!
Pigs.
Why, I just wanted to make a little noise.
Come on.
They built this city thousands of years ago. And now where are they? How did they die?
Who cares? They're dead. It's good enough for me.
Lord Byron.
What?
Lord Byron, an old 19th century poet. He wrote a poem that fits this city. Might have been written by the last Martian. So we'll go no more a-roving so late into the night, though the heart be still as loving and the moon be still as bright. For the sword outwears the sheath, and the soul outwears its breast, and the heart must pause to breathe, and love itself must rest. Though the night was made for loving, and the day returns too soon, yet we'll go no more a-roving by the light of the moon.
Without a word, the Earthmen stood in the center of the city. It was a clear night. There was not a sound except the music of the wind. At their feet lay a tile court worked into the shapes of ancient animals and images. They stood there, silvered by the double moons beneath the crystal towers of Mars. And then Biggs was sick, and the sour stench of liquor filled the cool air. The men of Earth had come to Mars. And Spender turned and walked away into the city, alone in the moonlight, never once stopping to look back.
That you, Hathaway?
Yes, sir. My trick on Bridge Watch, sir.
What time is it?
0400. Any orders, sir?
No, I'll stay on watch. You turn in.
Aren't you sleeping, sir?
I'll wait for Spender.
He didn't come in?
No.
He's crazy. Walking away into the shadows, he didn't even look back.
Spender's a strange man.
He's crazy, sir.
How's the rest of the crew?
Sleeping it off. Biggs had DTs, but he's calmed down now.
You can go back below, Hathaway. I'll take your watch.
Captain Wilder, do you think Spender'll be coming in before morning?
I don't know.
You know, sir, I don't think he's ever coming back. That's the way I feel about him, sir. He'll never come back.
It was a morning that might have been a Monday, or a Tuesday, or any day on Mars. Biggs was on the canal rim, his feet hung down in the cool water, soaking, while he took the sun in his face.
What are you doing back here, Biggs? Didn't you go out with the search party?
Yeah, I come back. I got a blister.
Sure.
What do you mean? Look, Cherokee, you see that? Anyway, I had enough searching. 4 days hunting for that screwball Spender.
Didn't find him yet, huh?
Nah, Good riddance. Oh, my feet, I'm gonna soak 'em good. If I was wild, I wouldn't worry about that nut spender. Let him go. He's a crackpot anyway.
A little foggy upstairs, I guess. Why don't you take your feet out of that canal, Biggs? I gotta make coffee out of that water.
Coffee? You call that stuff coffee? I had a motorcycle once that dripped grease that tasted better than that.
Wait a minute. Biggs, look over there.
Where?
By that bush. There's someone there.
Hey.
It's him.
Hey, Spender!
Spender?
Yeah, he's coming over.
Why didn't he stay lost, the crazy jerk?
Hi, Spender. Long time no see.
Hello, Cherokee. I've been exploring some ruins.
You and them ruins. You're like a dog in a boneyard. What's the matter? Where you been?
Up in the hills. What would you say if I told you I found a Martian?
Where?
Yeah?
Never mind. Let me ask you a question. How would you feel if you were a Martian and people came to your land and started to tear it up?
I know how I'd feel. I've got Cherokee blood in me. My grandfather told me lots of things about the way they kicked the Indians around in the Oklahoma Territory. If there's any Martian around, I'm all for him.
How about you, Biggs?
They're dead. They're all dead. A good thing, too.
Well, I found a Martian. Up in a dead town in the hills. I've been reading their books. They're easy to understand. I've learned their language. Then I found this Martian. He said, give me your boots, and I did. He said, give me your uniform, and I gave him my uniform.
You're crazy, Spender. Hey, Cherokee, he's crazy.
And the Martian said, give me your gun, and I gave him my gun, and then he said, come along and watch what happens. And the Martian walked down into camp, and he's here now.
I don't see no Martian.
I'm the last Martian.
What?
Biggs, I'm going to kill you.
Cut it out. What kind of a lousy joke is that?
Stand up and take it.
Hey, put that gun away, Spender.
Hey, cut it, Spender.
Don't. Put that gun away. You're joking. You're kidding, huh? Spender!
He's dead. You killed him.
You can come with me, Cherokee. You know how the Martians would feel. You can be in this with me.
You killed him. You just killed him.
He deserved it.
You're crazy.
Well, maybe I am. But you can come with me.
Come with you for what? Go on. Get out of here, you crazy murderer.
All of them. I thought you'd understand. I thought you'd remember what happened to your own
You
people.
get out of here, you crazy
Don't reach
murderer.
for that gun.
They're both dead, Captain Wilder.
Who's missing?
Only Spender. It must have been him, sir.
Why didn't he come and talk to me? Why didn't
Should have talked to me. I'd have shot his brains out. That's what I'd have done.
They took him by surprise. There's no sign of a struggle.
Hathaway, break out the arms locker. Issue pistols, rifles, and grenades.
Yes, sir.
You better get the Bible out of the navigation chest. We'll have to bury these two. Parkhill,
Aye, sir.
you start digging a grave.
How about Spender?
We'll have to go up in the hills and find him.
Just let me at him with my bare hands. Crazy murdering louse.
That's enough, Parkhill. The man is sick. He must be.
Sick my
That's enough.
eye.
Now grab a shovel. Start digging.
Spender saw the thin dust rising in the valley, and he knew the pursuit was beginning. The sun burned farther up the sky, and the blue sand drifted lazily across the sea bottom below. He sat beside a quiet pool 10,000 years old and held a silver book. Through the house played the strange wind music of ancient Mars, and he heard voices whisper in his mind.
Earthman.
I hear you. I've always heard you, even down there on Earth.
Run.
I won't run. What's the use?
Run.
Live, what for? To see them tear down your temples and put up hot dog stands?
Run.
They've seen me. They know I'm up here.
Live.
There's Wilder now. Got him right in my sights. Funny he hasn't ordered him to use grenades. He could lob one right up here and blow me to bits. Yeah, maybe the captain thinks I'm too nice to be blown to bits. He wants my death to be clean. Yeah, just one bullet hole in me, nothing messy. And why? Because he understands me.
Kill.
He's the only one in the crew who ever did. Well, at least I can do the same for him. Just one bullet in his heart, a nice clean death. All I have to do is pull the trigger and then... It's no use. I can't do it to him.
Spender! Spender, can you hear me, Spender?
Yeah, I hear you, Captain. What do you want?
Talk! Truce!
All right, come on up. Leave your gun down there and keep your hands up.
Spender, are you there?
Over here.
It's quite a climb. Mind if I sit down? Cigarette?
Thanks.
Light?
Yeah, got my own.
It's warm.
Yeah, it is.
You comfortable up here in the hills?
Quite.
How long do you think you can hold out?
About 12 men's worth.
Why didn't you kill all of us this morning when you had the chance? You could have.
I know. I got sick. After I started killing people, I realized they were just fools and I shouldn't be killing them. But it was too late, so I came up here where I could get angry again.
Why did you do it?
Because I've seen that what these Martians had was just as good as anything we'll ever hope to have. They stopped where we should have stopped 100 years ago. They knew how to combine science and art and religion. They knew how to live with dignity and peace.
And for that reason, you started shooting people?
Well, when I was a kid, my folks took me to visit Mexico City. I'll always remember the way my father acted, loud and big. My mother didn't like the people because they were dark and didn't wash enough. I can see my mother and my father coming to Mars and acting the same way. Anything that's strange is no good to us. We aren't fit to take over this planet.
But kill 2 men?
What could I do? It's me against the whole Earth. Isn't it enough they've ruined one planet? Now they want to ruin this one. I'll kill you all off, Wilder. That'll delay the next rocket 5 years. And I'll kill them, too. If I'm lucky, I'll live to be 60. And I'll meet every expedition that lands on Mars. I'll be very friendly. I'll explain that our rocket blew up one day. And I'll kill them off. I'll save Mars for half a century. And by then, maybe the Earth people will give up.
You got it all planned.
Yes.
Yet you're outnumbered. We already have you surrounded. In an hour, you'll be dead.
I found an underground passage that'll take me back into the hills, Wilder. I'll go back there, and then I'll pick you off one by one.
We'll see. It's a nice town you got here, Spender. Beautiful. I'd like to live here.
You can. But join me. You're not like them. I'll show you what a good life these people had. I'll play you an old reel of Martian music that must be at least 50,000 years old, a kind of music you've never heard in your life.
That sounds wonderful. But I can't stay with you. Sorry, Spender. I'm sorry this is happening.
Guess you'd better go back now so you can start your attack.
I guess so.
Captain, I won't kill you. When it's all over, you'll still be alive. Then maybe you'll change your mind.
No. There's too much Earth blood in me. I may even agree with you about all this. But that doesn't change what I've got to do.
You won't stay?
No. This is your last chance, Spender. You're sick. Come along with me quietly.
No. Look, one last thing. If you win, do me a favor. Try to see that they don't tear this planet apart.
Right.
If it helps, just think of me as a very crazy fellow who went berserk one summer day. It'll be easier on you that way.
I'll think it over. So long, Spender.
Bye, Captain. Good luck.
All right, we'll go after him now. Hathaway, you take the right. I'll lead on the left. You have to kill him. He won't come down. Make it a clean shot if you can. Get it over with.
I'll blow his bloody brains out.
No, Park Hill. Through
Bloody
the heart.
brains.
You heard what I said. Through the heart. Now let's go get him.
They spread out again, walking and then running on the hot hillside places where there would be sudden cool grottos that smelled of moss and sudden open blasting places that smelled of sun on stone. The men ran and ducked and ran and squatted in the shadows.
Blow his brains out. Just one slug, that's all he needs.
Captain Wilder hugged the rock warmed by the sun. He gasped, for the air was thin and not meant for running. Spender lay at the top of the hill, and a gap in the rocks showed the white of his shirt against the shadows. Wilder looked at the towers of the little, clean Martian village like sharply carved chess pieces lying in the afternoon. He saw the rocks and the interval between where Spender's chest was revealed.
Go on, Spender, get out. You've only got a few seconds to escape. Get out to the caves and come back later. Go now, Spender. Or I've got to end it. I've got to think I'm right and pull the trigger. Go now. Get out.
I'll get him. Slug in the head. I'll blow his bloody...
No,
brains.
Park Hill. Put down that gun. I've got to do this myself. Spender. Why didn't you get out? Why?
They buried him in that ancient valley town where the music of the wind played on through the days and the nights. They laid him in an ancient silver sarcophagus with waxes and wines which were 10,000 years old, his hands folded on his chest. The last they saw of him was his peaceful face in the cold silver light of the racing twin moons. The captain found the poem in Spender's pocket, and he read it before he shut the marble door.
So we'll go no more a-roving so late into the night, though the heart be still as loving and the moon be still as bright, though the night was made for loving and the day returns too soon, yet we'll go no more a-roving by the light of the moon.
The next afternoon, Parkhill did some target practice in one of the dead cities, shooting out the crystal windows and blowing the tops off the fragile towers. Captain Wilder caught Parkhill and nearly knocked his teeth out. All of you regular listeners to Dimension X will be interested to know that our show is changing its day and time of broadcast over this station. Starting early in November, we'll be back at the new time. We suggest you watch your local newspaper and be sure to join us in about 4 weeks for a new series of adventures into the unknown world of tomorrow, the world of...
Dimension X.
Tonight, Dimension X is transcribed, And the Moon Be Still as Bright. Adapted for radio by Ernest Kenoy from the original story by Ray Bradbury. Featured in the cast were Alexander Scorby as Spender, Wendell Holmes as Captain Wilder, and your host and narrator for the story, Norman Rose. Music by Albert Berman, engineer Bill Chambers. Dimension X is directed by Edward King. This is Robert Warren speaking.
Enjoy the Life of Riley with William Bendix next Friday on NBC.
Described in future tense.
Dimension X.
Can you predict what will come in 100 years? Or in 10? Or in the next minute? Some people think they can. Nuclear scientists, mathematicians, astronomers, biologists. They'll predict the shape of the future. Why? Because they make the future. Because they see beyond the known dimensions of time and space into the unknown, Dimension X. It was in the year of 1982 that spacemen first discovered the Great Galactic Barrier. In the past 10 years, rocket travel to the moon and the nearer planets had become commonplace. And then men fixed their sights on a more distant star, the remote planet known as Volta. 5 exploratory ships went out, and none came back, each in turn disappearing mysteriously at the same vanishing point, at an invisible wall somewhere in the vast outer reaches that became known as the wrecker of spaceships, the Galactic Reef. And yet the explorers refused to admit defeat. It was on June the 2nd, 1987, that the rocket Star Cloud made ready for takeoff, the 6th to attempt to crack the barrier and win through to Volta.
Now hear this. Condition green. 2 minutes.
Captain, I don't suppose you'll want the ship's doctor up here on the bridge during blast off.
I think not, Smitty.
All right, then. I'll be in the sick bay counting vitamin pills if you need me. Good luck, Lewis.
Thank you, Smitty. Lieutenant Collier.
Yes, sir.
You're relieved. You better get down to navigation control and take over.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
We've never flown together before. This is your first flight in a space vessel as big as the Star Cloud, isn't it?
Yes, sir. But I was trained in oversized jobs at the Naval Academy.
Well, if you're half as good a navigator as your father was, you'll do fine.
Thank you, sir. You were old shipmates, weren't you?
Old shipmates. I served under him in the first rocket that ever got back to its base in one piece. We flew that mission in a tin can not much better than a primitive guided missile. I almost went along on the last trip your father made to the barrier. Too bad about that.
Yes, sir.
Now, that's all, Collier. I'll bus you when you get down to nav control. Lieutenant Paulson.
Yes, sir.
Get me ground control tower on the radio. I want to talk to Colonel Harrison.
Sparks has the circuit up now, Captain. Go ahead, sir. I patched in our bridge speaker.
Colonel Harrison?
Yes, Captain?
We're standing by for takeoff in 60 seconds.
Good. The field is cleared of all personnel. We'll try to reestablish radio contact immediately after takeoff. In any event, there'll be a 24-hour ground monitor.
Fine.
Good luck. I hope you make it.
Thank you. Bridge to navigation control.
Nav control, Collier.
Ready, Lieutenant?
We're ready, Captain. The course is in the integrator for takeoff at 1200 hours.
All right. Stand by for blastoff. Bridge to engine room. Fire up your rocket chambers. Take off at exactly 1200 hours. I'll read you off. 20 seconds. 19, 18, 17, 16.
Condition red.
Hold it. We've no call orders. Who turned in that alarm?
We uncovered a stowaway, sir.
Stowaway. Where, Masters?
Hiding in 6 Bay. Dr. Smithson found him.
Have him brought up to the bridge. Engine room, kill your rockets and stand by.
Orson, this is Colonel Harrison at ground control. What's holding you up?
Trouble.
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? There's a stowaway aboard.
Stowaway?
Yes, I thought your men were supposed to police this base. What's the matter with you?
All right, Captain, take it easy.
You know what this delay can do to us, don't you? 1 minute later, takeoff can throw us 1,000,000 miles off course. We'll have to reintegrate the whole works.
Well, look, how long do you think it'll take?
Don't bother me for a while. I'm busy. Stupid idiots.
Captain Thorson.
Oh, come in, Smitty.
Here's your stowaway.
I'll court-martial the... Charlie.
Can you use a good radio man, Skipper?
I see you two have met.
Met? The skipper and me made 50 trips to the moon together. Didn't we, Captain?
Charlie, if you wanted to come along, why didn't you volunteer?
I did, Skipper. They turned me down.
What's wrong with you?
Acceleration bends.
Oh.
They said my arteries wouldn't stand another trip.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
But they're wrong, sir. I got one more good trip in me. Now, listen, Captain. You know these green kids don't know the first thing about space radio operations. You put a man like me on, I'll be getting you a bedtime story from Mars.
Now, listen, Charlie, you know the regulations as well as I do. I can't take you much as I'd like to.
Colonel Harrison will murder me for this.
Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. I'll have to put you aground. I'll tell you what. I'll ask Harrison to put you on his ground radio contact. It'll seem as if you were right here with us.
He won't do it, sir.
He'd better, or I'll have him busted to corporal for letting you sneak aboard. Now, you'd better be off, Charlie. Masters.
Yes, sir.
I'm sending this man aground. Give him time to clear the launching platform.
Yes, sir.
So long, Charlie. I'm really sorry.
Good luck, Skipper.
I thought you were going to have him drawn and quartered.
If it'd been anybody else, I would have, Smitty. But Charlie, well, he's kind of special. Been with me since my first command, when Giller run to the moon. If he wanted to come along this time, well, it's only through loyalty to me.
You know, Lewis, I didn't realize it before, but you're almost human.
Bilge. Navigation, Lieutenant Collier, you there?
Nav control, Collier.
Lieutenant, how badly are we fouled up? Can you recalculate the course, or shall I cancel the takeoff?
I've already plotted a new course on the integrator, sir.
Good.
Can we take off in exactly 2 minutes?
2 minutes?
Yes, sir. If we can, all we need to correct is for only a 1-degree deflection. I can do that before we breach the stratosphere.
That's quick work. Are you sure?
Positive, sir.
Well, all right, Collier. I'm putting it in your hands. We'll blast off on your signal.
Lewis, isn't that a lot of responsibility for a young green officer?
Yes, but if he can't do his job, I'd rather find out now than at the galactic barrier. Bridge to engine room. Prepare to blast off on navigator signal. How are we doing, Collier?
Coming on the bearing, sir. 4, 3, 2, 0. We've intersected the course vector.
Good work, Collier.
The course is corrected, sir. Ready to go into atomic overdrive anytime you say.
All right, stand by.
Now hear this. Now hear this. Prepare for maximum acceleration.
Bridge to engine room. Kill your rockets.
Rockets out.
Fire up number 1 cyclotron.
Number 1 ready.
Fire up number 2.
Number 2 ready.
Withdraw your dampening rods.
Aye. Fission chamber ready. Blast tubes cleared. All generators operating at capacity, sir.
Right. Go into overdrive on the count of 0.
5 seconds, Captain.
3,
2,
2,
1,
1,
0.
0. How are we doing, Collier?
On course, sir. She's running hot and true.
Well, my compliments, Lieutenant.
Thank you, sir.
This job would have done your father credit. He was one of the best navigation officers I ever saw.
Thanks, sir.
Now start your gyros and put her on robot control. The bridge is yours, Mr. Collier. If you need me, I'll be in Dr. Smithson's office.
Yes, sir.
I see you got us off the ground.
You can thank young Collier for that. Chip off the old block.
You knew his father?
Matter of fact, I knew him very well. First-rate spaceman.
Is he the one who,
Yes. He was lost in the galactic barrier on the second ship we sent out to Volta.
Lewis, just what do you think this galactic barrier is?
Oh, your guess is as good as mine, Doc. All I know is that 5 ships have gone into it. None of them have come back out.
How about Miss Struvik's theory that it's a time warp in space, that the ships reach it and slip into another dimension?
Rubbish. My theory is that the galactic barrier is nothing more than a radioactive layer of some kind.
What makes you say that?
Well, we know that radar signals bounce off it like they were hitting an invisible glass wall. And we know that it destroys our ships and crews in some way. There's no other logical explanation.
What makes you think we can get through it, Lewis?
Because we're ready for it. The others weren't. The entire hull is completely shielded with lead. We can crack through any radioactive cloud ever detected. Besides, we're equipped with some new UHF radio devices that should enable us to maintain radio contact with Earth. Nothing can happen. Absolutely nothing.
Who are you trying to convince?
Myself, I suppose.
Lewis, you've had your share of glory. First skipper to reach the moon, back in 1962.
Yeah.
You could have retired. Why are you risking this trip?
Because 5 ships are missing. And men like Prentice and Marketson and young Collier's father. I'm tired of seeing good men fed into that meat chopper.
Then why are we going?
We haven't any choice, Smithy. We're in a race, the kind of race where men and ships are expendable. According to Interspace Code, the first nation to reach Volta can claim it.
Personally, I want no part of it.
Doc, there are a dozen nations who feel very differently about that.
I know. You're right, of course. Well, at least it won't be boring. I'll have to play physician morale builder and mother substitute for 112 slightly nervous men.
Your morale doesn't sound too good, Doc.
As morale officer, I can state without fear of contradiction, it is terrible. And something tells me that as we approach that galactic barrier, I'm not going to be alone.
Hello, Earth. Hello, Earth. Captain Thorson of the Star Cloud calling Earth. Star Cloud to Earth. Can you read me?
Hello, Star Cloud. Hi, Captain.
Charlie. Well, I see they haven't court-martialed you yet.
No, sir. Thanks to you.
That's good to hear you. You can read us the funny papers on Sunday morning.
Right.
How's our signal?
Strong. Clears the bell.
Well, here's our log report for Colonel Harrison. Ready?
Shoot.
June 2nd, 1987. 4 weeks out from Earth. Running true, no radiation. Operation normal. Still making our approach to the galactic barrier. That's all, Charlie. See you later.
Good luck, Captain. I sure wish I was with you.
How's the morale, Smitty?
Well, the men know we're getting closer to the barrier. They're beginning to show a little tension, Lewis.
How's their physical condition? Any sickness?
About half the crew has come down with space flu.
I was afraid of that. Bad?
Oh, same as usual. Lips and hands with a bluish cast. Eyes are sensitive to infrareds.
I don't know. When I first started flying these tin cans, nobody ever heard of space blues.
There's a theory it's caused by the terrific acceleration of the atomic overdrive. The change in gravity affects the circulation.
And what do you think?
Oh, I think it's psychosomatic. I've noticed that the same men who get space blues under tension on a ship tend to get blue coloration back on Earth when they're upset. I guess it's an occupational disease of space navigators.
You think it's just nerves, then?
I don't know. Young Collier's got a bad case. Yes, I think it's tension from overwork.
Well, maybe he needs some vitamins.
Lewis, when will you realize that vitamins are not a panacea for all the troubles of mankind?
Sir, I understand you've relieved me from duty.
Dr. Smithson says you aren't looking very well, Collier. I'm just giving you a rest.
But, sir, I feel perfectly able to continue.
Your lips are as blue as Minnetonka.
Captain, I'd like to remain at my post.
Now, don't be so foolhardy, Lieutenant.
I'm not being foolhardy, sir. You see, I have a special personal reason for wanting this expedition to reach Volta.
Oh, your father?
Yes, sir, my father.
You think he might still be alive? Huh?
Sir, I have to find out what happened.
I think I understand. Very well, Collier. Report back to duty. What's the reading, Paul?
We're getting a +5 radar bounce now, sir. Coming off the barrier almost as fast as we send it out.
What's the interval?
0.3 of a second. Shortening steadily. At this rate, we'll hit the wall in the next few minutes.
All right. Alert the crew. Sound general quarters.
Now hear this. Condition red. We are now approaching the galactic barrier. All hands to stations. All radiation detectors to be fully manned. Full security will prevail until further notice. That is all.
Paulson.
Aye, sir.
Radar bounce is up to +6. We'd better try to make final contact with Earth. Is Spark still trying to raise the base?
Yes, sir, but he's not having much luck. Seems to be some interference. Oh, that's the radio room now. Yes? You've got him? Well, cut in on the bridge speaker. The captain will take it from here.
Hello, Star Cloud to Earth. Can you hear me, Earth?
Hello, Skipper. I can barely read you. We're getting heavy static from sunspots.
That's not sunspots. We're right on the galactic barrier. Getting a +7 radar bounce. Expect to hit the barrier almost any second now.
Good luck, Skipper.
Look, Charlie, stick with us, will you? We're switching to the automatic center now so you can track us in.
Okay.
If we crack the barrier and come through still in one piece, I'll try to get back to you on the high-frequency band.
Gotcha, Skipper. Don't worry. I'll be waiting.
So long, Charlie.
So long, Star Cloud.
We must be getting awfully close now, Captain. Echo's bouncing back so fast, it's almost beating the signal.
Well, when they coincide, hold on to your hat. That's when we run into the wall.
Any second.
Hold on.
Here goes nothing.
Here it comes. What? Nothing happened.
We made it. We made it, Captain. No radiation, no time warp, no nothing. The crew's gone crazy, sir.
Let them. They earned it. Hey, Doc, can you break out a few bottles of snake bite serum for medicinal purposes?
I sure can, Louis.
This calls for a celebration. How's your morale now?
Couldn't be better. How's yours?
Couldn't be better. Hey, what the?
Condition red. Condition red. Radiation detected. Condition red. Radiation detected.
Holy mackerel. Look at the needle on that indicator.
Paulson.
I see it, Captain. We're picking up radiation like crazy.
What's it like?
It's a strong impulse.
What kind?
I don't know, sir. Too long for a cosmic ray and too short for UHF. The ship's lousy with it.
Man your battle stations!
Paulson, track it down. Triangulate it and make it fast. I want a directional fifth.
Yes, sir.
Engine room.
Yes, sir.
We're picking up radioactivity. Is it the fission chambers?
No leak here, sir.
I'll check your gauges.
Nothing here, Captain. Must be coming from outside.
Damage control.
Yes, sir.
Is radiation penetrating the lead field?
Haven't found anything yet, sir.
Well, keep at it. Paulson, how are you doing?
I've got a fix, Captain.
What is it?
I'll have to recheck my figures.
Hurry up.
The angle is correct.
Come on, man, for Pete's sake. What's the radiation from?
It's coming from inside the ship.
That's impossible.
Oh, sir, I've checked it twice.
Well, it's got to be the engines.
If it is, we're finished.
Engine room.
Yes, sir.
That radiation must be in the overdrive pile.
No, sir. It isn't here, sir.
Are you certain?
Yes, sir.
All right, keep checking. Well, only one thing left to do. Paulson, get a Geiger counter. We're going to start combing this ship inch by inch.
Yes, sir.
Turn it on.
Yes, sir. Ready, Captain.
We'll check the atomic guns first. Come on. We'll cut through the officers' quarters to ordnance.
Yes, sir.
Through here.
All right. Wait a minute, sir.
Huh? What is it?
The signal's weaker now.
Yeah. Let's go back. Hold it. Seems strongest right about here.
Doesn't make sense.
Whose cabin is this?
Lieutenant Collier's.
Collier.
Oh, he's down in nav control, sir.
We'll try the door.
It's not locked, sir. Yes, it's in here, all right. Listen to that counter. It's strongest over here.
Open that wall cabinet.
It's locked, sir.
I'll smash it. Shut off the Geiger counter. Well, what do you make of this, Paulson?
Well, it looks like some sort of portable transmitter, sir. Must be foreign manufacture. I don't recognize the calibration symbols at all. I've never seen anything like it.
Which raises a small question. What is Lieutenant Collier doing with a transmitter in his cabin?
I don't know, sir.
Well, I intend to find out, Paulson. Get down to nav control and bring Collier up to the bridge on the double.
Well, hadn't we better find some way to shut this thing off first?
I know a way. Collier, I'm going to ask a few simple questions.
Yes, sir.
And I want a few simple answers.
Yes, sir.
What were you doing with the transmitter in your cabin?
Transmitter, Captain.
You know nothing about it?
No, sir, I don't.
Do you recognize these calibration symbols?
No, sir.
Can you think of how it might have been placed in your cabin without your knowing it?
No, sir, unless someone came in while I was on duty.
Oh, would that have been possible?
Well, I suppose so. Well, if someone had a key.
I found your cabin door unlocked.
I meant a key to the wall cabinet.
I didn't say the wall cabinet.
Oh, what? Well, sir,
You what, Lieutenant? How could you have known it was in the wall cabinet?
Well, I just assumed.
Lieutenant Collier, I find it hard to believe you would lie. Having known and respected your father and having observed the way you handled your job. However, I intend to get to the root of this thing. May I have your wristwatch, Lieutenant?
Sir?
Your wristwatch.
Here you are, sir.
Paulison, turn on that Geiger counter.
Yes, sir.
Now hold this watch next to it.
Yes, sir.
That's all. Lieutenant, if you hadn't any close contact with that transmitter, how do you explain the radioactivity of this watch?
Well, I don't, sir.
I think you'd better. To whom were you sending those signals?
Condition red. Condition red.
There's your answer, Captain.
What is this, Collier?
Alien spaceship approaching. Alien spaceship approaching.
Collier, who's aboard that ship? All right, now talk.
Very well, Captain. My mission seems completed.
Your mission? Are you admitting that you're an agent of a foreign power?
I am stating it.
What nation?
No nation, Captain.
What?
I am an agent of the Voltan government.
The what?
The government of the planet of Voltan.
Are you crazy?
Are you so stupid that you think your people are the only ones who can invade another planet?
Lieutenant, what do you mean?
We've had agents operating on Earth since 1945.
I don't believe you.
What do you think happened to those 5 ships, Captain? Where do you suppose we got our information?
Well,
Your language, your culture, family background.
Your appearance, you look like...
Like Commander Collier? Is that so surprising, Captain? We had a living model.
I ought to kill you.
That would be very foolish, Captain. I would advise you to surrender without delay.
Alien ship now coming into ordnance range.
I'll deal with you later, Collier. Paulison.
Yes, sir.
Put this man in irons and take him away.
Don't worry, sir. We'll take good care of him.
Thunder, Robinson.
Gunnery.
Gunnery, Richardson.
What's the range?
10,000 meters. They're closing fast.
What's your guns on radar tracking?
Tracking. Coming on the bearing.
Fire. Fire, Richardson. Did you hear me? Fire! What's the matter down there? Did you hear me? Richardson, answer me! What? Who?
It's no use to shout, Captain.
Collier. How did you get loose? Where's Paulison?
Lieutenant Paulison is dead.
All stations, Lieutenant Collier has escaped. Seize him, men!
Don't waste your breath, Captain. Your men can't hear you.
What?
Those still alive are my men.
You're lying.
No, Captain. Every ship that has ever left Earth was controlled by a Voltan crew.
That's impossible. Those were hand-picked men.
Handpicked by us.
I don't believe you.
Then why not call for help?
Carpenter, Robinson, Haley, report. Carpenter. Robinson. Haley. Wait. Report.
You see, Captain, it is quite useless. The Star Cloud will be taken to Volta for, shall we say, further experimentation.
I see. Of course, there's one thing you hadn't counted on.
And just what is that, Captain?
This... Carpenter! Are you in there, Lieutenant Carpenter? They can't all be dead. There must be one alive. Smitty! Dr. Smithson! Smitty! Oh, Smitty. What have they done to you?
Lewis.
Those dirty... don't talk.
I must lean closer. Not much time. Lewis, space blues.
Space blues? What is it, Smitty? What are you trying to tell me?
All men
with space blues. Voltan.
Here, let me help you.
No, Lewis. Get message back to Earth. Voltan, 5th column. Watch out for space blues.
Smitty.
Captain Thorson, you can't hide from us now. Come back to the bridge and surrender, or my men will come and get you.
Oh, yeah?
Captain Thorson, you can't come.
Hello. Star Cloud calling Earth. Please, God, let me through before it's too late. Hello. Star Cloud to Earth. Come in, please. Come in, please.
Hello?
Can you hear me, Charlie?
Skipper, is that you?
Getting my signal?
It's coming in a little louder now, Skip. Keep sending.
Thank God, Charlie. Now listen to me. Not much time. Get word to Colonel Harrison. Crew, fusiliers. Most of crew members, Voltans.
What?
Voltans.
Spell that.
V-O-L.
Voltans?
That's right. They're from the planet Volta.
Skipper, are you all right?
Look, Charlie, this is serious. They'll beat you any second. Now listen, they have a 5th column on Earth. They're planning to invade you.
You don't mean it.
Of course I mean it. Now tell Harrison. Posing as humans, you can detect them by space blues. You got that? Only Voltans give space blues. Charlie, can you hear me?
Space blue. I get you.
That's right, you Charlie. At the video, you warn everybody.
Captain?
They open the door. Come on, Charlie.
Captain! Captain Thorson! Hello? Hello, Star Cloud! Come in!
What's the trouble, Sergeant?
I was just trying to raise the Star Cloud, Colonel.
Had any luck?
No, sir. No contact.
No contact.
No, sir.
Nearly an hour since they hit the galactic barrier. I don't understand why they haven't tried to get a message back.
No, sir. Neither do I.
All right. I'll take over for a while.
Yes. You do that. You go right ahead, sir.
Right. Oh, Charlie, you'd better go out and get yourself some coffee. You look a little blue around the gills.
You have just heard No Contact, an adventure in time, space, and the unknown. The world of
Dimension.
Next week, we have a cheerful little tale that starts with the disappearance of Grant's tomb. It's about a veteran newspaper reporter and a strange little man who calls himself the world's greatest genius. You'll hear all about it next week at this same time when we present The Professor Was a Thief.
Dimension X has presented No Contact, an original story written by George Lefferts from a storyline by Lefferts and Ernest Kenoy. Featured in the cast were Louis Van Ruten as Captain Thorson, Donald Buca as Lieutenant Collier, and Cameron Prudhomme as Charlie. Your host was Norman Rose. Music by Albert Berman, engineer Bill Chambers. Dimension X is produced by William Welch and directed by Edward King. Stay tuned for the remarkable Quiz Kids on NBC.